Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the dreaded D-Rose report. My lighting is getting, I got a lot of light bulbs out around here. It's and no sun today. Hate it that you can't see my face. Anybody? Hey, if you want to see what I'd look like with no hair, check on the channel on YouTube, D-Rose Video 1. I'll show you why I keep my hair long. Anyway, there's been some speculation that Jerry Lawler, by the way, actually had a WWE title shot against Shawn Michaels back in Raw in April of 1996. I don't know who keeps track of all this stuff, but wasn't me. Lawler did wrestle Shawn Michaels that night, but it was said during the match by the announcer, wonderful Vince McMahon, that the belt was not up online, was not in line for that match, so he wrestled the WWE champion anyway. All right, WWE COO Donna Goldsmith said today that the Reuters Global Media Summit that WWE has pushed back plans for their own cable TV network to the middle of 2012 to 2013. Goldsmith said WWE is still working out on the details of the programming and how it would be shown on the network. WWE is looking to follow a TV model used by Major League Baseball where paid TV operators own a stake in the network, so that way they'd be doing their own pushing. Vince won't have to pay to have it pushed. He's throwing them a little string out there to see if they'll pull. It's taken us longer to galvanize the troops to figure out where we're going, Goldsmith says. My guess is more likely 2012 or the beginning of 2013. Don't get too excited about it. Now, in terms of Kaitlyn, remember, if you look back maybe a few months ago, I started talking about NXT with the Divas. I said Kaitlyn. Anyway, she became the NXT winner last night, by the way. The fan balloting was said to have played a huge part in the overall decision, other than the rookies. I mean, the pros. Of the other NXT divas, it's expected that Naomi and AJ will be on WWE's main roster. AJ and Primo, by the way, are set to be a duel on Raw, and Kaitlyn likely end up on SmackDown to continue her little program with Vicky Guerrero hassling her. I like that. Anyway, there's no word on the future of Maxine and Oksana, though, and they're both expected to continue working down in FCW. There's been a lot of talk about using Oksana in some sort of a comedy role on Raw, but nothing beyond that yet. Jamie Keys was brought in last night after her release following the elimination, and there was a lot of people surprised to see her. You hear that? Oh. It's my wife. Hold on a second. Okay, I've got her off the phone. She just drives me crazy, Hate that one. Alright, anyway, given his new heel personality, it's been rumored yesterday that Michael Cole was set to be one of NXT's Season 4 pros. Which wouldn't be too bad because he's always complaining about it. Anyway, the original plan was for WWE to do a new commentary team for the show. But it would have been a different combination other than, with Josh Matthews, Todd Grisham, CM Punk. However, WWE decided to drop the plans, keep Cole on commentary, and can always revisit the idea later down the line. The decision was made yesterday afternoon. WWE, by the way, Highest Flyers is going to be airing on pay-per-view this month. You got the money. Let me see. Oh, there was a Verity Thomas, a recent signed women's wrestler from the UK, has been removed from Florida Championship Wrestling's roster page. The talent's removal from FCW roster page is often an indication of departure. She didn't know it, but she departed. Ah, it's awful. Anyway, Randy Orton was not backstage at Monday's Raw in Philadelphia, although he was watching the show. He was in communication with personnel during the broadcast. Got to discuss stuff. Can't go on without him. It's not been disclosed why Orton didn't work the event, though. Injured SmackDown star Christian, forgot about him, didn't you? Celebrating his 37th birthday yesterday. All right, Edge is featured on the cover of the latest issue of The Wrestler. John Cena's Mexican cousin, is no longer advertised to appear on this Sunday's Raw live event in Ontario, California. The official website, the Citizens Bank Arena, has replaced Cena's name with Edge as a participant in the triple threat match for the WWE Championship, featuring Wade Barrett and The Miz. Forbes' top 10 biggest CEO screw-ups of 2010 listed Linda McMahon at number 9, following her comments after being unaware of WWE paying some employees minimum wage, and then starting, she had no idea what Connecticut's minimum wage is. Ooh. Alright, here's another recent tweet by the wonderful Joey Styles. Seriously, my 5-year WWE announcer contract has expired, but I'm staying with WWE as an employee. I'm thrilled to be a part of the WWE Com team. Later, because of hundreds of tweets, Diva Focus will replace Daily Diva on WWE.com starting in January. Haven't read either one. As reported, Seth Rollins is rumored to be Season 4 of WWE's NXT, but obviously didn't make the cut. In response, he tweeted, "Today is just one of those days where I hate everything and everyone." You've been reading my mail. The official poster, promotional poster and synopsis for TNA. Yep, TNA. Genesis pay-per-view taking place on January 9, 2011. The poster says, Kurt Angle is back and he's bringing hell with him. How do you do that? In an interview with the UK Sun, Bret Hart said he would consider working for TNA in the future, but only if Hogan left the company. Dixie may feel the same way. Hart told Sunsport, "I think TNA is a serious rival for WWE, but not with by the actual wrestlers. TNA is more of a wrestling show than the other company because of a lighter schedule. And we all think that competition is better, but WWE normally stamps over everybody that thinks about taking them on. TNA's reached out and got Eric Bischoff at Hogan, and that's where I'd take issue with their overall plans. They spent several years building young stars, and like what happened with WCW, I just sense that they don't have enough brains between them to keep all the guys doing and going where they need to go. I fear TNA simply bought names, and they're going to let the same baloney that they did at WCW. A lot of people said that. No matter how old he is or what kind of shape he's in, Hogan believes in his heart that he's the star of the show and he's wrestling. I don't think he gives a damn about anyone else. I'm the one to talk considering how old I am, but I think I know my place in wrestling, and I'm pretty careful about what I do. I can't even begin to imagine Hogan wrestling somebody like Samoa Joe, who's in his prime right now. Alright, a confirmed card for Table Ladders Chairs match is, so far, Table Ladders and Chairs for the World Heavyweight title, Edge versus Kane. Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio take on each other. Randy Orton versus the Miz for the U.S. title is also being advertised but not announced yet by WWE. By the sound of things at tonight's taping, Mysterio and Del Rio will be tables match, but that's not confirmed. Recently released Lance Hoyt. Remember him? Vance Archer? He was interviewed by 7 Times Wrestling Show. He says on his release from WWE, he said the reason given to me was budget. And teaming with Kurt Hawkins, he said Kurt's an amazing talent. Other topics include his run with TNA and his thoughts on WWE. You can pick it up online if you want. WWE's official listing for Season 4 NXT rookie Jacob Novak with his Pro Vicky Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler. There's some others on here which I'm going to have to save for tomorrow. I'm about ready to run out of time. One of those, Brodius Clay is going to be with Ted DiBiase and Maurice. Byron Saxton with Chris Masters. Conor O'Brien with Alberto Del Rio. And I better get off here before I run out of time. Hey, thanks you guys. I gotta go.